What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jay Custer Great here. And instead of the usual anime week, since Avengers Endgame came out, this week's a movie review week. So today, even though it's been out for a minute, and she features in Avengers Endgame, which is the topic, I'm going to talk about the Captain Marvel movie. Now, this will contain spoilers, but it's been out for a while. So, yeah. So, Captain Marvel. The way they wrote her in this movie, when I say made, they made her relevant. Like, they literally made her relevant. Like, okay, like, you know how Captain Marvel is in the comics? Captain Marvel in the comics is garbage. Even though she's powerful as hell, she is treated like trash in the comics. So, what are we gonna do? In this movie, we're gonna make her relevant. And it still kind of failed. In my eyes, anyway. So, here's why it failed to me. One, Brie Larson. There was no emotion in her character. Like, her as Captain Marvel. Now, granted, I know at the time period it was shot, and women in the military, excuse me, then women pilots in the military were like, in the 90s. So I understand her character had to be a real tough, not take no nonsense type of person. But that was unneeded. It really was. Because it made her character so freaking dull. It was like one expression the entire movie. Like, literally. I will say about the only saving grace is the story and Samuel L. Jackson, obviously, as Nick Fury. Because, like, it's crazy because you expect Nick Fury's character to be the serious one. Nick Fury was, I was about to say Nick Cannon. Nick Fury was like the jokester almost the entire movie. And I'm like, yo, son, this is hilarious because he's throwing out one-liners and stuff. And I'm like, yo, like, Nick, where was this? Like, I was like, something must have happened to you in this movie, and it does. So, pretty much, she wakes up on a Kree planet, having flashbacks of her old, like, of a life that she thinks she's had or she doesn't know. Goes training, they go on a mission. She gets kidnapped by the Skrulls, or in the movie, and she sabotages their ship and winds up crashing on Earth, or Terra, or Terran, or whatever you want to call it. Runs into Nick Fury. She's tracking down Skrulls, having flashbacks, calls her commander. What is it, Jude Law? I think it's Jude Law who's playing the her commander or whatever. So yeah, story, find some history on her. Come to find out, she was from Earth. So, come to find out, the person who was in charge of her test run flight, new engine, whatever you want to call it, she was a Kree. I forgot, she was like a banished Kree or something like that, because she realized the war against the Skrulls were pointless and meaningless. They were just wiping out people to wipe out people, yada yada yada. So she made the engine to do warp drive. Pretty much Star Trek type stuff. All that mess. So, and test flight goes wrong, and her mind, in Captain Marvel's mind, a Skrull kills her commanding officer. Come to find out, it wasn't that way. She runs into her old pilot buddy with another female. I can't remember her name, saved my life. but I'm happy she is black with a child. They like give her pretty much knowledge of who she was, this and that. Give some old clothing, stuff like that, and everything. Scroll pops up out the book. Tells the truth. Tells them the whole truth. Tells them what's going on. She somewhat believes him, then finds like an audio. This is like the funniest part in the movie to me. Like finds a floppy disk with all the information on it. They put it into the computer, and like everyone else is sitting there calmly knowing what's going on. And Captain Marvel's like, "What are you guys doing? We're waiting for it to load." She's like, "What?" That was the funniest part to me because I can literally see that like nowadays, like you bring out like an old computer, just floppy disk. Read what pops on the screen, young person who is like 10 in this generation. What is it doing? It's loading. I can see that now. I can literally see that now. But come to find out, she was tricked. Yada yada yada. Old dude, her Kree commander, killed the Kree. It's so hard when you don't remember names. The Kree trader who was building the warp drive for the Skrulls to escape. So yeah. Then she turns over her co-pilot's daughter, punches in. My thing is, where was the husband? You had a daughter, so where was the man at? Like, was he on business? Not saying women can't raise kids on their own. They do that now a lot of days, to be honest with you. But that's no here nor there. It was just a simple question. Anyways, so she switches her colors from the, what was it, black and green and silver to the red, yellow, and blue. Which in this movie, the suit works. It really, really does. So this is like the part of the movie where like she learns more about her powers. So come to find out that the warp drive was powered by the Tesseract. And come to find out, the reason why she has these powers is because when Jude Law's character, I'm just gonna say it's Jude Law, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment. Jude Law's character came in, killed the Supreme, not the Supreme Intelligence, but killed the traitorous Kree. Captain Marvel, or Carol, I don't remember the name, I'm just running off stuff memory. Actually shoots the engine and is enveloped in the cosmic radiation from the Tesseract. Don't ask me why I did that. But so that's where her powers come from. That's why they claim she's the strongest Avenger, even though in the comic books it's always going to be the Hulk. I don't care what anyone says. I wouldn't say die hard, but I love Hulk. I feel like I represented perfectly by Hulk. But yeah. Anyways, so the last bit of the movie, she is just flexing. Pretty much just flexing her muscles the entire time. Goes through, and Ronan pops up, and then like he's like, "All right, everything we have," and like they're just shooting like missiles on missiles, and she is like destroying all of them, literally. And it's just, to me, honestly, the movie is kind of because the acting and then like the build-up was so freaking slow. Like the build-up was slow on this movie, like it really, really was. But rating this movie, honestly, I would say this would be the worst Marvel movie in my mind. Like in my honest opinion, like, okay, let me take this back. Cause those Hulk movies, that first Hulk movie, oh my God, that was like a film of genocide, that first Hulk movie. But it's not all that great. It's great as an origin story, but when they made it and the placement of it, I said it was wrong. My thing was, I would say first this is my thought. First, if you were gonna introduce Captain Marvel, you should have introduced her like a little before Guardians of the Galaxy. Not right before Infinity War. But or was it before and after this but yeah. You should have introduced her right there between whatever movie came out before Guardians or after Guardians. Because, you know, that's when we first started jumping out towards space and whatnot. So, by introducing her during that time, it wouldn't have been as sawn as like a bad movie or could have did better. It would have been sawn like, oh, okay, this is an origin. We're just stepping out into space. So, you know, they would have took it like kind. They would have been like, okay, this is kind of like a test run and and then like in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie reference, we're like, hey, there's this chick who's like glows like a sun, and she just like flies by, and there's a ship following her, and they're like, what the hell is that? They're like, you'll never know what you see out here in space. So like that would have been like the perfect reference right there. But yeah, it is not, in my mind, the greatest movie. It's decent. I'll put it that way. Is it worth dropping money to go in the theaters to see? I'd wait. Seriously, I would wait. But yeah. That's my movie review. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thursday, Shazam, which I cannot wait to talk about Shazam. Oh my gosh. Like, DC. Anyways, stay true, stay savage, my friends.